Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Justin Plummer here with a very special Super Indy edition of IWC Aftershock, joined, of course, for the first time in the Aftershock Studios, the man himself, the man who created Super Indy.
That's right, baby.
Norm Connors. Norm, thanks for joining us.
What's up, baby? Thank you so much. I have a question for you right now.
Okay.
What is the date of Super Indy this year?
June 15th.
It's a Saturday night?
It's a Saturday night, Elizabeth, PA.
Okay.
Alright.
CM Punk, Christopher Daniels, AJ Styles, Jerry Lynn, Sweet and Sour Larry Sweeney, Hentai, Sanjay Dutt, Claudio Castagnoli, some of you know him as Antonio Cesaro, Chris Hero, some of you know him as Cassius Ohno, Corey Graves, some of you know him as Sterling James Keenan, Evan Bourne, Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin. What do they all have in common?
I got one guess.
Go ahead.
They
Let's
were
hear
all past participants in Super Indy.
Can you imagine that tournament has done so much for so many careers, and on Saturday, June 15th, 2013, if you're anywhere other than Court Time Sports Center, you're insane. Now, I have to admit, I went into promoter mode for just a moment there. I did it for, what, 17 years?
It's hard to shake.
It's going to happen. It is hard to shake. But let me just tell you a little bit about Team Big League. Let me just tell you real quick about what's been going on, because if you read what I post on the IWC wrestling portion of Facebook, you see all the wonderful things that's happening. But let me tell you what happened today. I just have to fill you in. Jimmy Nuts. Jimmy Nuts. My phone rang today, and it was Subway. Subway said, listen, Jared's getting a little long in the tooth. He's older. We want somebody that looks like a cross between Jared and Ryan Lochte. And who better than Jimmy Nuts? I mean, what are you going to do? But you know what Jimmy Nuts said? He looked at me, because I had to go see him. I had to tell him in person. It's Subway. It's a big deal. It's got to be multi-million dollars. Now, Jimmy Nuts was never a large man like Jared was, but hey, to have this opportunity, he said, Norm, Team Big League is my #1 priority.
He turned down Subway.
You got it.
He turned down Subway. Okay. All right. I mean, I'll take you on your word.
But he still eats fresh. Joseph Brooks, on the other hand, let me tell you about Joseph Brooks. Joseph Brooks, we just heard the story not that long ago about Joseph Brooks helping the young lady whose cat was stuck in a tree. Joseph Brooks, for the last 10 days, has volunteered at an animal shelter. Right. He has done nothing.
Yeah, sounds like the Joe Brooks I know.
Place dogs and cats who are in dire need of homes in the homes of many wonderful, beautiful, sensual women in western Pennsylvania, personally delivering the animals to the house. Now,
that's what they call
John McChesney just came back from a successful tour of Texas.
Yeah, we saw that on Facebook.
And if I had anything to do with it, June 15th, 2013, if Brooks and Nuts had a tag team title shot that day, they'd be walking out with the belts. If John McChesney was defending the belt that night, which we're going to talk about in a couple minutes because he might.
That's why we're here.
He'll be walking out with the world title. And Bobby Fish, Super Indy Tournament, baby, he'll be walking out with the Super Indy belt, IWC, Team Big League, all the belts, baby.
Here's the thing, and I appreciate your predictions. Can't say I have the same excitement, enthusiasm for those guys as you do, but, okay, we all know, and we're going to take a look in a few minutes here, that you're going to choose the matches for Team Big League for everybody except Bobby Fish.
That's right, baby.
If we can, if you've seen IWCWrestling.com, you may have saw it already. If not, let's throw up the brackets here. The first round is set. We see the two participants that have the buys, and one of those matches stands out. It's your boy Bobby Fish versus Triple A's Extreme Tiger.
Extreme Tiger! Extreme Tiger!
It's just
the opening round is Extreme Tiger!
You listen, you're gonna have to beat him anyways. I mean, to be the man, you gotta beat the man, right? So you're gonna have to beat everybody at some point. You might as well get it.
Let me tell you something, Justin. I thought for sure he was going to be fighting Extreme Tiger. Don't get me wrong, but I figured it'd be the final. And he's been doing sit-ups. He's been doing pull-ups. He's been doing push-ups. He threw up a few times, and he's been eating Frosted Flakes so he can feel great. So he can take out Extreme Tiger. But first round, Chuck Roberts, it's another one of your conspiracies.
I know. Okay, I know you're upset, but in just a minute here, you still just calm down. You get to pick the matches for the rest of Team Big League, and a guy that I know you're not too fond of, Logan Shulo. But before you do that, stay tuned, because we are going to take a look at how that all got set up. And then we're going to take a look at the fallout featuring Logan Shulo and Michael Facade after that match.
Extreme Tiger, are you serious?
Let's take a look. I'm sorry, man. I don't know.
Number one, when said Bobby Fish and Big League John McChesney beat your little dream team tonight, we demand that Norm Connors picks the opponent for that heavy metal Jesus Logan Shulo at Super Indy 12.
What do I get out of this deal?
I'll put something on the line. It doesn't matter because we're going to win. If we happen to lose somehow, I'll let you handpick my opponent at Super Indy 12.
And Norm's not involved in the decision process?
None.
Hey, look at me. You want to explain this to me? What do you got to say for yourself, huh? You sprayed me in the face. Gory, I don't want to start accusing you of anything, but I could swear once he was out of the way, I heard the spray bottle just a little bit longer than it had to be. What do you got to say?
Well, Logan, first off, you need to not come up in here with your big boy voice and get all up in my face. Because a lot worse can happen than some spray paint. And you know, I'm sorry, brother, you're just a victim of circumstance. Gory wanted to get his nose into our business, and I had to handle it however I seen fit. Mm-hmm. And I did, trust me.
Where does that leave me?
God's honest truth. I didn't mean to spray paint you in the face, brother.
Son, you know what? I would like to believe you right now, but then I think about earlier in the night when we had that interview and you took a couple digs at me. What's that all about?
Brother. It's all in good fun.
Is it?
You and I, tit for tat.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not going to push you, who is?
Yeah, all right. You say what you want to say, Facade, but just trust me, I can see right through you.
Right.
Anything you want to say, you know what, if you ask me, it is a facade.
Oh, you see
That's
right
clever,
through it.
huh?
You see right through
and
it.
I can see right through it. You know what, from here on out, if you've got anything to say to me, if you've got a problem with me, you come and find me and you say it. If not, I don't want to see you. I want nothing to do with you.
Say it to your face, huh? Say it to your face as you walk away. Say it to which one, Logan?
Extreme Tiger.
All right, so
Extreme Tiger.
Extreme Tiger. Yeah, but there you saw already Logan Shulo and Facade, two friends, two enemies of Team Big League at each other's throats. But the big story, the reason people are tuning in, the reason you're here, is to let us know you won the right to name every opponent for Team Big League and for Logan Shulo.
Obviously, except for Bobby Fish.
Except for Bobby
Thanks,
Fish.
Chuck.
Extreme Tiger. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done. Listen. So let's do it. You had a few matches to make right now, exclusive to IWC Aftershock. What do you got for us, Norm?
Matches. It's a match.
A match.
And and listen. As the guy in the suit who sits around every time you're watching a program, he's got the 4 little kids around, and the one girl goes, "We want more, and you just don't get enough, and you want more." And he says, "I follow it. It's not complicated. It's one match. Here's what we've got. Logan Shulo, you jerkball, and Dalton Castle. And let me just say this, for the record, I have begun my investigation whether or not Dalton Castle is really a human being or if he is, in fact, a peacock. Because I have scraped the mat at IWC, and we're doing DNA testing to prove that he's a peacock. And the last time I looked at the State Athletic Commission rules, peacocks weren't allowed to compete in an IWC ring. And
Can you look that up?
listen, seriously, just go home. Nobody asked you to be here anyway.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry about that.
The ghost show's coming up later. You can film that crap with him then. Here's the match. Logan Shulo, Dalton Castle go up against the IWC heavyweight champion, Big League John McChesney, and my main man. The man who is going to be taking the place of Jared, but decided Notorious Norm and Team Big League were more important. Jimmy Nuts. And the man who delivers dogs and cats to more women than anyone else, Joseph Brooks.
Right.
You're right. You're figuring it out. I can see the light bulbs going off. Hooray! 3 on 2.
And I guess we should have expected.
Do you know why? Nobody expected. You don't expect anything with me. I am whimsical. I am unpredictable. But let me explain why. Gold dust. Homecoming IWC. I get a heavyweight title shot. No, you don't. You've never beaten anybody in an IWC ring. So I make the executive decision as consultant to Team Big League to say, no, Chuck Roberts, it's non-title. What happens that night?
Well, he was kind of backed into a corner. He had to make a...
It's a title match.
Well, he had to make a decision on the spot to defend Chuck. But
very good. Well, listen, bud. No more title matches unless I say. Here's the caveat right now. This is what we're going to do.
Okay.
If either Logan Shulo or Dalton Castle lose, no more championship matches.
No more.
37 years. 38. 38 years. 38 years.
38.
No more. Chuck Roberts agreed to it. 38 years. No more title shots.
I doubt that. Now,
that's it. They don't deserve it anyway. You want to know who deserves a title shot?
I would love to know who you think deserves
right
a
now,
title shot.
Not them.
Well, okay, that's fine. But you set up this match. I guess we never really stated. Chuck never said that you couldn't have a stipulation. So it is what it is. But how fair? I mean, your team, Team Big League's got nothing to lose in this. What's the point
well,
here?
no, wait, no,
3
wait,
on
no,
2,
wait, no,
nothing
wait.
to lose.
There is a caveat. We gave it. Did you wear your shoes? You said you were
Uh,
going to put shoes on because he wanted to be taller than me. Anywho,
What happened?
I don't know.
Lucky I'm wearing
You
pants.
got gold toes on. Thank God for that. Odor eaters. Yep.
Mhm.
Anyway, it is time to be serious, and I do joke around because I do like to have a good time, and I think you're a good guy for the most part. The ghost crap is just bothersome, but other than that, I do think you're a good guy. So here's the caveat, and I want you, in a moment of clarity and seriousness, I'm going to talk to the camera, not
Okay.
just to you.
Okay.
Logan Shulo and Dalton Castle. I have so much faith in my men that they're going to win on Saturday night, June 15th, at Court Time Sports Center at Super Indy. If either one of you pin any of my men, you get a title shot at Cage Fury in August at Super Indy. It's not going to happen. At Cage Fury, it's not going to happen. So really, this is what we should call Logan Shulo and Dalton Castle's last stand in an IWC ring. And I'm sorry to tell you, Justin, I know these two men have been the faces of IWC for pretty much the last several years.
Yeah.
But sometimes, to everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season. Turn, turn, turn. Change happens. And change is happening at Super Indy. Bobby Fish, once he gets through Extreme Tiger and the rest of the field, walks out, Super Indy champion. Team Big League has their hands raised. It's over, Johnny. It's over.
I came into IWC with one goal, and that's to be the Super Indy champion. See, I made a promise that I was going to win the Super Indy title, and I kept that promise. And now I'm making another promise. I'm going into the Super Indy Tournament as the Super Indy champion, and I'm walking out the Super Indy Tournament as the Super Indy champion. Now I know some of the best talent is going to be in this tournament, but it's going to take a real premier athlete to win.
Super Indy 2013, Super Indy 12. Now, Shane Strickland has started off the year being a participant in Jeff Peterson Memorial Cup, the last one ever, mind you. Then I follow it up with the Combat Zone Best of the Best tournament. Now see, the difference is, out of those two tournaments, Super Indy is the one I'm going to walk away the winner of. So, I can swerve my way to the ring all I want. It doesn't matter until I walk out champion. So I can do it with one rope, two ropes, or all three. It doesn't matter. June 15th. New flavor, Shane Strickland, baby. The new Super Indy champion.
Super Indy 12.
All right, Norm. Hey, man, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming out, man. Yep. Yeah. Talk to you later. All right, now that you're back, you saw words from a few of our participants in Super Indy. And if you notice something that Shane Strickland said, he said he was going to win whether it took 1, 2, or even 3 ropes. But what he was referring to is something that I referred to last episode when I said that Shane Strickland was involved in one of the most unusual Super Indy qualifying matches in IWC history. You're going to want to stay tuned to part 2. You can do that by just clicking right here on the TV, the brand new TV. It'll take you to part 2. You can see highlights from that match, and you're also going to see the footage that we talked about last week. The footage of the Gambino brothers being attacked by Blue Collar Slaughterhouse. We got that. It's done being reviewed by IWC officials, and it is nasty. One of the most vicious attacks we've ever seen. Now, while you're heading on over there, I urge you, tweet me at PlummerLovesYou. I want to hear your Super Indy predictions. I'm going to show them on this episode next time, and I'm going to do a little predicting of my own here, so unfortunately a little bit slow with technology still. I got a little bit of a hard time tweeting, but head on over, and by the time I'm done with this, I should be ready for you. All right, guys. I'm in. You heard it. I'm in.
He left 10 minutes ago when I kicked him out.
Damn it.
He did. Seriously, he's gone. Listen, I gotta go. You're good.
All right, thanks.
Super Indy, June 15th.